Hello, good afternoon. Welcome everybody. Welcome to another Friday afternoon yoga with Roberta Freeland. Hope you're having a nice day so far. Just before we get started, what we need as usual, if you've got it, a yoga mat. If you haven't got a yoga mat, then use a towel or anything that you feel comfortable lying on. If you haven't got a yoga mat as well, but you have carpet flooring, then I would suggest lying something that you feel comfortable, putting something on the floor that you feel comfortable lying on the carpet rather than the wooden floor, because it's a bit nicer on the joints, okay? The other thing you need to do is be completely barefoot, or if you've got some special yoga sock that you wish to wear, then by all means, but don't wear regular socks because they can be quite slippery, so they can compromise your posture. And then you're going to need some water, okay? Just to keep yourself hydrated. Today we're going to be working on some hip opening, so just try and create a bit more space in the hips, okay? So just getting started, let's go into a nice seated cross-leg position. And then from here, we're going to bring our hands to the knee, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale out, start straightening your back, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing the neck. Keep breathing in and out. Slow, full, deep breath. And then exhaling. Now we're going to have a nice half circle with the neck. And then a full circle. Switching to the opposite direction. And going to center, turn your neck left to right. And then bringing the chin to your chest as you exhale. Taking a deep breath in, moving the neck backward. And then exhaling, bring the chin back to your chest. Keep going for a few more rounds. And back to center, moving on to the shoulder rolls. And switching to the opposite direction. We're going to do a torso rotation from side to side. And then take a little side bend, hands to the floor, opposite arm up. If you've got the space in your hips, coming down onto your forearm. If not, just stay on your hand. And switching to the opposite side. And releasing. We're going to straighten one leg, and we're going to take a nice and gentle forward fold. Walking back up, switching your legs, and folding. Coming back up, straightening both legs, feet off the floor. You want to grab all of your feet if you can. Whoops. And then lifting leg into a bear. If this is too much, you can have your feet down on the floor and just reaching for the feet, or you can find some middle ground where your legs are bent and you're holding onto your feet into the full pose, which is called bear pose. See what works for you today, then you'll know your starting point from your hips, okay? Then crossing the legs back in, hands to the floor, we're going to make our way into a tabletop. From tabletop, we're going to straighten the right leg, making little circles with the leg. Gently rotating, and then rotating onto the opposite direction. Switching to the opposite leg, circles. And changing direction, same leg. And releasing back into your tabletop. We're going to take a step forward with the left leg. Okay, so you're in a nice little low lunge. From here, we're going to try and straighten that left leg. Okay, so ideally you want that left leg to be straight, and you want a nice straight line from the hips to the knee as we stretch the back of our leg, our hamstrings. We are still warm, still cold. Our joints still need a bit of warming up, so don't be too worried if your leg doesn't look quite straight and if you're struggling to get to that point. That's completely normal. We're going to step back, we're going to step forward with the right leg this time. Again, coming back into our starting point, which is a nice little low lunge, and then start walking that feet forward, and ideally you want a nice straight leg, but most importantly you want a nice straight line from the hips down to the knee. And then we're going to step back into our tabletop, making a V shape with the legs from the knee to the feet, okay? And then sitting back on our heels as we go into our child pose. Coming back into your tabletop, curling the toes, lifting the knees, paddling the feet up and down for our first down dog. We're going to lift the left leg off the floor, bend the left knee, turning to the side, gazing towards your left armpit. Elbow soft, most of your body weight should be in your leg, the one leg that is on the floor. And then bring it back down, switch it to the opposite side. Right leg off the floor, bend the right knee, gazing towards your right armpit. Bring the leg back down, walking your feet towards your hands, and then coming into a full forward fold. Keep breathing. Grab hold of your elbow, gently rock from side to side. Hands on shin, flat back, halfway lift, and gently coming all the way back up into standing. Fantastic. So from where we are, heel to toe, rocking forward and backwards. And releasing, lifting one foot off the floor, up and down, stretching the ankles, circles, and then the opposite direction. Switching to the opposite leg, up and down, circles, and the opposite direction. Releasing, bring the knee up, hold the knee as close as possible to your chest. And then switch it to the opposite side. And releasing back down. Okay, let's have a little sip of water, and then we're going to take our first flow. When you're ready, come to the front of the mat, lifting your arms up and folding forward. Taking a step back with the right leg, running down the floor, arms up, low lunge. Hands back down, stepping back with your left, coming into a plank. Bring the knees to the floor if you need to, otherwise pressing all the way to the floor, releasing the toes, pushing back up into your cobra. Rolling back into a tabletop, curling the toes, down dog, reconnecting with the floor, make any adjustment. Remember, your body weight should be mostly in your legs. If you feel any pressure on the wrist, walk your hands closer to the body. Taking a step forward with your right leg, left knee down on the floor, arms up, low lunge on the opposite side. Hands down, stepping forward, and forward fold. Flat back, halfway lift, and coming back up into standing, round show, arms up, straight into it, folding forward. Taking a step back with the right leg, rolling down, back on low lunge, this time interlacing the fingers, except for the thumbs and the first fingers, which are completely straight, pushing back up for our moon crescent, gazing up towards the ceiling. And releasing back down, taking a step back with the left. Again, knees down if you need to, or pressing to the floor. And then as you release and come back up, you can come up into your cobra or your up dog. The difference, cobra ties down, up dog flies off the floor. Rolling into your down dog. Taking a step forward with the right leg, left knee down. Interlacing fingers again, except for the thumb and the first finger. Arms up, Moon crescent on the opposite side. Hands down, stepping forward, coming into a full forward fold, catching your breath for a few moments. We're going to cross the right leg behind the left and fold. Release the leg, cross the left foot behind the right and fold. And cross the leg, flat back, halfway lift, and then coming back up into standing. Lovely. We're going to come to the side of the mat, right leg, and slowly lowering down into a full forward fold. And just relax the neck and the shoulders. Knee soft. Walk your hands forward as if you're making your way into a right leg down dog and fold. Walk your hands back to the middle. Grab hold of your elbow, gently rock from side to side. Hands back down if you can, or just hold them here, bending the left knee, coming to the side if you want to straighten the right leg. Now the heel of your left foot, the knee bend, might or might not be on the floor, completely normal, not a problem if you're on your fingertips. Just try and relax into the pose as much as possible. Hands together in prayer in front of your chest. And now we're going to come back up into standing, and we're going to do the same on the opposite side. Coming back up. Relaxing back into a full forward fold, walking towards your left leg, whichever point in the leg you can reach, and just relax. And then switching to the opposite side. Bringing the feet close together, toes pointing to the side as we make our way into a nice little garland pose, yogi squat. And then gently coming back up into standing. Fantastic. Give your legs a little shake. Little balance here. Coming next to hip opening again. Tree pose. Ideally, you want to turn that leg to the side as much as possible. You've got three choices of position. You can rest your feet onto your ankle, your calf, or your upper thighs. So concentrate on the spot on the floor, find your point of balance, and have the leg, whichever point you can afford, to have the most of your hip open. If you find that your leg is there, it's better to go lower onto your calf and get a bit more of an opening, because we're working on opening our hips, so every little help. When you're ready, bring your hands together in prayer in front of your chest. Keep breathing, concentrating on that nice little balance. You can use a wall if you've got one handy and you're struggling to balance on one leg. And now we're going to release, and we're going to switch to the opposite side. Choose the same leg position that you have adopted on one side, and just remember to concentrate on that nice, clear little opening. And then we're going to release. Give your legs a little shake. Okay, lovely. So we're going to come back to the front of the mat. So we're going to lift the arms up, coming into a full forward fold. Taking a step back with the right leg. This time we're coming up into a high lunge. Interlace your fingers, except for the thumb and the first finger. Back into a moon crescent on high lunge this time. And now we're going to release. Taking a step back with the left plank. Press down and come back up, either onto your cobra or your up dog, whichever you think is best. Rolling up, down dog, stepping forward with the right leg this time as we come into an high lunge moon crescent on the opposite side. then bring it back down, taking a step back, plank, press all the way to the floor. Nice, pushing up into your cobra, then rolling into your tabletop, sitting back on your heels for our child pose. Turn the neck to your left. Turn the neck to your right. Coming back into center, rolling back into your tabletop. We're going to curl the toes, lift the knees off the floor. Down dog, paddling the feet. Okay, making our way into a pose called the wild thing. Very interesting name. So what we're going to do is lifting the left leg off the floor, bend the left knee as we did before, but then we're going to gently rotate and bring that leg to the floor as we bring the left arm straight up. Keep your glutes, your legs engaged, feeling strong. And then roll it back into our down dog. Make sure you've got space on the other side because you know what's coming next. We're moving on to the opposite side. Lifting the right leg up, bend the right knee, gaze over towards your right armpit, and then when you're ready, bring that foot to the floor. Right arm straight. And coming back. Very good, guys. Okay. Paddling the feet up and down, just gently catching the breath. Taking a step forward with the left leg as we make our way to a nice little high lunge. And here comes a balance next as we make our way into warrior three. So what you're going to do is bring all of your body weight consciously onto your front leg, your left, okay? And then take a little face, lifting the right leg off the floor, making a T shape with your body as we come into our warrior three. You can stay there, or you can gently bring the hands down on the floor, lifting the right leg as far as you will go for a nice little standing split. And then you can stay there, or you can gently grab hold of that right foot for our sugar cane. Bringing that right foot back onto the floor, left leg back, plank, press down, and then your choice of cobra or up dog. Rolling into down dog. Taking a step forward with the left leg. We're going to come up into high lunge on this side. And then again, bringing our body weight onto the left leg. Tip of weight, lifting that right leg. Making a T shape with your body as we make our way into our warrior three. Bringing the hands down on the floor, lifting the right leg as straight as possible for our standing split. And then grab hold of that fit. And then releasing. Taking a step back, pressing down, pushing back up, rolling yourself into tabletop, sitting back on your heels. Back into your tabletop. Okay. So getting warmer here. Next, we're going to curl the toes, coming back into a down dog. Lifting the left leg, taking a step forward. Okay, bring that right knee down on the floor. You want to bring your hands to the right edge of the mat, the left leg on the left edge of the mat, and you're going to try and come down onto your elbows. If that feels too much, you can stay on the hands, okay? And just maybe bend the elbow a little bit to the point. If you've got a block, obviously you're welcome to use it. You can put a block underneath so you've got less far to reach to get to the floor. And this is our lizard pose. And then from here, we're going to move the left foot across to the right, sitting down as we bring the knees down on the floor, make our way into pigeon. Now make any adjustment as you see fit, and then when you feel comfortable, releasing that back toes, walk your way forward all the way to the floor. Probably one of the best hip opening poses. And then from here, walking your hands back. And you can either stay there or lift that back leg, grab hold of that foot if you can. Don't worry if not, you're still going to get a good stretch regardless. This is just a little bit deeper. And then we're going to release, taking a step back, going straight back onto your down dog. This time, bringing the hands onto the left side of the mat. Lifting the right leg off the floor, taking a step forward with the right leg as we make our lizard onto the opposite side. Coming down onto your elbows if you can, or just stay in the palms of your hands if it feels too much. Coming back into your hands, moving that right foot across to the left as we sit into pigeon on this side. And then walking your hands back. And if you can, either stay there or lifting that back leg and grab hold of that foot, but you don't have to. And then we're going to release, taking a step back, coming back into your down dog, paddling the feet up and down. And we're going to have our final hip opening, taking a step forward with the left leg, right knee down on the floor, okay? So we're going to try and make our way as close as possible into a split. It doesn't matter if you can do the split, you don't have to do a full split, either way you're going to get the benefit of the hip opening. But there's a couple of things that you need to do to actually get onto your maximum for flexibility. The first thing is keep the back toes curled until the very last minute. I'll tell you when that is, but don't release that foot, okay, until I tell you to do so. Then from where you are, gently sliding that leg, okay, so that it comes into a straight, like as we did at the beginning when we were trying to warm up our hamstring, the back of our leg, okay? From there, try sliding forward a bit more without ever releasing that foot, not just yet, and make your way into your maximum. Now today this is my maximum. I know I'm not going to go any further, so I'm going to release that foot, okay? Your legs might not be completely straight, you might not be on the floor, doesn't matter, you're still going to get a good stretch. And then from here, gently lifting yourself up, curling that toes again, bringing that foot back all the way into a nice little down dog. We're going to take a step forward with the opposite leg as we go into a low lunge on the opposite side. Again, remember, your most important tool is that back foot. Don't release the toes until you know you can't go any further. Start sliding the right foot forward, coming to a full straight leg. And then from there, hinging forward a bit more, hinging forward a bit more until you get, and you know you can't go any further. And that's when you release your back foot. And then from here, we're simply going to release the legs, coming into a straight leg, forward fold. Don't worry if you can't reach the feet, just flex the foot to their maximum to stretch the back of your leg and relax. Coming back up, bringing that right foot onto your left upper thighs, and again fold. You might just be here, you might be lower. Listen to your body, just remember to flex that foot for a deeper stretch. And then coming back up and switching to the opposite side. Full forward fold. And coming back up. Okay, we're going to bring the heels of the foot to the floor. We're going to reach for our feet, so bring them as close as you need, and then you want to lift them, okay? You might just be there. You might be able to straighten the leg. You might not be able to reach the foot at all, in which case hold the back of your thighs, okay? We're going to have our legs together to start with. There's a nice little balance. Relax the feet. And then move them to the side. Push. Bring them closer together. And move them to the side one more time. Try not to lose your balance. It's a really good way of building your balance and your core. And then releasing, feet to the floor. Lying down, back on the floor. Hands straight on either side, shoulder height. Window wide, you're moving your legs left to right. And release. Straighten the left leg, bring the right knee to your chest. Hold the knee as close as possible to your chest. And then moving the right leg across to the left. Right arm on the floor, gazing right away from your leg. And releasing, bringing the left leg in as close as possible to your chest. And then moving the left leg across to the right. Left arm on the floor, gazing left, again away from your leg. And coming back to center. Bring the knees back to your chest. Feet together, hands on the knee, drawing circle by moving the knees onto separate directions. So each knee is drawing a circle away from the other. And then switching to the opposite direction. Gently making your way back into seated. We're going to come into a cross leg position. And we're going to take a full forward fold. Walking back. We're going to bring our feet together like a little butterfly. And we're going to fold. You can, if you've got the space, slide your arms underneath. And then you can achieve a little bit of a deeper stretch. Coming back up. This time we're going to place our hands on the knee. Just try to move the legs as far apart as they will go. And then releasing. I won't go very low. Hands straight, legs straight, folding forward all the way into your maximum. And then coming back up into standing, cross the legs. We're going to stretch the neck to one side. Ooh, that was a nice kick. And then switching to the opposite side. And release. Namaste. Thanks for joining me again on this Friday afternoon. I hope you enjoy the class. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you up soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.